So time is running out for the current version of Unicorn Pack. The test server was closed the other day, and usually it's within a week when the update will get published after the test server closes. So I jumped back into Unicorn Pack and I'm trying to get some of the things that had been on my list for a while. Mostly relating to Jersey Devil. It almost always is Jersey Devil when I'm playing Unicorn. It is kind of funny, really. I guess it illustrates the state that the pack is in when Jersey Devil is one of the least toxic things you can do. But we're not going to get Jersey Devil in this particular run, even though I think I am trying to set up for it. So we're just doing the usual thing where we focus on a couple of tier 1s and then just roll to try and get the duplicates. We are going to get close to level 3 Bunyip here. And yeah, I don't know what other people's experiences are with the current version of Unicorn. I'm sure some people do enjoy it. But it really, really suffers in terms of variety because the toxic combos are just so oppressive. Mermel. What else have we got? We've got Wharf Kraken. The jump teams where they manage to get early level 2 or 3 Frogman. It's kind of in a weird spot. However, given that I have spent a lot of time on the test server the last couple of weeks, I'm pretty confident that the new version is going to be much more fun to play. Of course, one of the other changes is Axe Handle Hound is gone. So these teams running duplicates like this, you won't have to worry about just arbitrarily losing games and tanking runs as a result. So maybe you'll have noticed already, but we are now on turn 5 hearts, which is super rare when I'm going for these types of runs. Normally what happens is I'll lose multiple turns early. And actually that tends to be better, I think, for the Jersey Devil teams because you start to face the weaker opposition and you have more time to greed and try and find the chocolates or the gingerbread or whatever you need to get the team going. But like I said, we're not going to find Jersey Devil this run, or if we do find it, we're not going to take it. Sometimes you just get to that point where you know that it's too late. So there's not really any point in trying to go for the Jersey Devil run. Some of the teams you face when you've won a lot of early turns are just absolutely crazy. But yeah, here we give up on the Alchemedes level 3. We do buy sell the Griffin. I think that's just out of habit. Or maybe at this stage I hadn't actually given up on Jersey Devil. I don't remember. But we take the Cyclops so that we can get a little boost when we buy the last Thunderbird. And here's a classic example of one of the toxic types of teams that you see where it's turn 7, they have 5 tier 1 units. I'm not sure there's any other pack where you could realistically expect to see that. There's just so many bizarre team comps that are way too strong relative to the tiers of the units involved. So I do find another Cyclops here, so maybe at this stage I am thinking about trying to do some sort of ultimate greed pivot turn where we stack up a bunch of Cyclops and then buy multiple chocolates onto a Jersey Devil if we find one. But that's not going to happen. We face this very strong looking Minotaur team. But I think Tiger Bug is one of those units that's probably underrated how good it is. I do hear people say that they think it's good, but honestly, I would say it's an auto buy in the current version of Unicorn Pack. So yeah, I see a second Tiger Bug, so maybe I'm going to take the partial level and then hope for a chocolate or a gingerbread. We do actually get the gingerbread. I'm not sure what will happen here. I guess the Thunderbird will take the experience because it's going to level up first. Actually, no, they shared it. So one went to each unit. That's kind of surprising. But here we face this Worm of Sand team that is trying to get going. Kind of surprising that they were on 5 hearts. But now we are on 9 wins, turn 10, perfect game. We get the Tiger Bug level up, so it's going to be level 3 in battle. We take the Phoenix just for a little bit of an insurance policy. And I think, the treasure chest hasn't even broken yet. So we have that to look forward to on the next turn. But spoilers, there's not going to be a next turn. We end up facing this Wharf team. They don't have rock, so they don't get very many activations on the Wharf. We do actually get to see the kind of weird bug there where the drop bear jumps forward despite the fact it was knocked out. And we end up getting the Bunyip achievement with a turn 10 perfect game. So very strange, but I'll take it. And this is actually what I was trying to do, or at least something along the lines of what I was trying to do. So we picked this one up on turn 18. We've got the painstaking Jersey Devil set up where we've finally managed to scale up these two Pichus. And I'm just buying the Peaches of Immortality. I do really want to get as many as possible. I'm maybe going for a 5 of a kind. I guess it just depends on how things pan out. But of course, as soon as we sell the Sleipnir, we don't have any mana anymore. So we would actually have to waste gold on mana potions, where really I would rather just be buying the Peaches. Classic Wharf team, but I think given the amount of stats we've managed to accrue here, we should be okay. Yep, I think so. We do also have some extra summons with the Monty and the Yggdrasil Fruit. Now Yggdrasil Fruit is moving to tier 6 customs only, but you will still be able to access it via the Cornucopia. And I think the goats are going to be bigger spawns. So now we're on 9, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do here. We're on 1 heart, so we can't really throw. We just have to go for it, I think. We have 4 Pichus frozen, so it would be kind of crazy to pass up the opportunity to go for the 5. I'm just worried at turn 19 what kind of monstrosity we could end up facing. And although our stats do look pretty decent, they can be completely dwarfed by, obviously, Behemoth, but there's loads of other things as well. So we end up buying the very weak Pichu at the end. I guess we could have kept the Jersey Devil and tried to Water of Youth it, but that probably would have been a bit risky. Okay, so get a stake, put one of the weaker ones up front. Yeah, we'll just take every Cornucopia we can. Another stake. Cornucopia is also being changed in the update to give you 3 different options. I think in both of those situations I was probably just hoping for either melon or more stat food. But we do also get this Peach of Immortality, so I get the chance to either max something out at 50-50 or give something a bit more of a boost, and I decide not to go for a 50-50. And then look at this. Base stats, all Team Spirits. And unfortunately, although they only have 25-27 attack, they do have 50 health. And even with 2 stakes on board, it's not going to be enough. I don't know if it would have made any difference there if I'd made one of the Pichus 50-50 or not. But that was incredibly unusual to face an opposing 5 of a kind and also lose. But I guess that just shows you the sheer strength of Team Spirit and why the level up builds had to be toned down in the update. So this is another game going for a similar type of deal, either going for 5 of a kind Pichu or just going for Peach of Immortality. We've actually won too many early games here. And I decide to just throw this turn, but I get matched with this Visitor team, which actually weakens or puts exposed on their own units, and we actually win as a result. So completely bizarre there on turn 12 to get a win with that team. We have no summons with triple Jersey Devil. And then we end up matching this Sea Serpent team. They're going to instant delete 2 of our units. But actually the rest of their backline is pretty weak. And we end up winning again. So back-to-back wins on turns where I was basically throwing to try and extend the game. Just completely bizarre and very unexpected. So taking a break from Jersey Devil, we've got this one other run. We know also that Frogman is being changed. It's going to go from giving +2/2 to +1/2, which I think is a bit fairer. These teams where you just have all the early game jump pets like Drop Bear, Sushinoko, what's the other one? Brain Cramp. They're just way too strong because you're getting free scaling almost every turn. It's not guaranteed, as we actually beat that huge Behemoth team by 1 HP. And I think what happened in this game was actually I got level 3 drop bear very early, and then I also got a second drop bear level 3 from a griffin buy sell. That's why we've ended up with 2 of them. Pretty unusual, I think, to see that. Mostly you're just going to see Frogman with, like I said, the same 3 units, Tsushinoko, Brain Cramp, Drop Bear, and they're all going to be massive. I keep buying the cornucopias here, hoping for Melon to kind of exacerbate how overpowered our high stats are. But I think in the end we don't actually find any. And I do end up taking Tomato, which I guess is kind of thematic with Drop Bear. We also get the buffs there because the jump takes place after the last unit has been knocked out regardless. But this is where we have to give up on our scaling because we're on 9 wins. We've got the two drop bears to bring in. Yeah, suddenly the team doesn't look as strong as the previous turn. But since we have 3 hearts, we might as well just keep buying the Peaches of Immortality. You know, in a couple of turns, we could be getting +6, +7 from each of those. So I'm going to take the Easter egg since it's the only thing worthwhile there. And it's a 50-50 werewolf, level 3. Actually, almost their entire team is level 3 on turn 14. So yeah, we just get completely demolished here. I think that's one of the other things that's very odd about Unicorn Pack is the difference in strength between the high roll and low roll teams is so outrageous. So yeah, it'll be nice to have things on a bit of a more even keel. So we take another cornucopia, we don't get the melon, but we do get another peach. And this is a more atypical looking team, although they do have Tiger Bug and Brain Cramp. The Frogman gets deleted by the level 3 Drop Bear Snipe. And then it's just, do we have enough to remove the Minotaur? Because they don't have the Frogman anymore, the stats on the Tiger Bug aren't as good as they would have been. And we end up winning by virtue of the Monty left at the end. So that kind of sums up my last couple of days on Unicorn Pack. I'm not sure how much time we have left, but yeah, looking forward to a more balanced pack in the near future.